Hello and welcome to our Saints Media Lab Newsreel magazine for Term 1 of 2023. We hope you enjoy our reporting about our college life. At the beginning of Term 1, there is always the much anticipated welcome speech of the new head boy for this year, and our 2023 head boy Tinashe Mudanga did not disappoint. Here is our report.
The first day of the school year at St. George's College in Harare is always an eventful day, since the college is a Jesuit high school, when the students gathered for the morning assembly, led by Mr. Arthur Garande, head of Jesuit Ethos at St. George's.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
The headmaster, Mr. John Farrelly, then welcomed everybody back and reminded us all of this year's official mantra.
Fellowship and participation as our mantra for this year, it will no doubt be a successful one. The dictionary definition of fellowship is a friendly association with people who shares one's interest. So, let us all be friendly to each other and kind.
This was the first assembly that was held in its traditional venue, the school's Baitu, after 2 years of COVID lockdown. And it was then the turn of the new head boy, Mr. Tinashe Mudanga, to give the traditional head boy speech. After some strong shouts of encouragement, cheering his fellow students for the upcoming year, he gave some advice to the 2023 prefects body.
In the year of fellowship and participation, we ask for your help as the prefect body and senior line. Take pride in being a student in this institution, but most importantly, value the relationships you have with your brothers and sisters. When you put on the red blazer, understand that you are part of a huge network of dragons.
Later on in the morning, a mass was celebrated in the chapel for the prefect's investiture. It was a short mass which ended in the induction of the head boy, his deputies, and all the other prefects. As a sign of their responsibility, they were given a special prefect's tie by the headmaster. After their handover, the prefects gathered in front of the chapel, helping each other to put on the new tie. At the end, they were welcomed back into the chapel as the year 2023's prefect body by their fellow students, the staff, and guests.
We wish our head boy all the best for the remaining terms of the year. When we look at sports at our school, we mostly see the traditionally locally popular sports like rugby, football or basketball. But the first sport we wanted to report on this year is one of the so-called fringe sports that nevertheless is played for passion and success. Squash has been established for many years at the college, and with its 2 indoor courts has a solid place between the sporting activities there.
My name is Boyd Reynolds, upper 6, squash captain. I started playing squash when I was younger with my parents, mainly my dad. Currently we have about 15 players. First team is mainly constituted by lower sixes, myself and my brother in Form 3. 2 players standing on either side of the court, and 1 player serves, and the aim of the game is to hit the ball before it bounces twice. You learn a lot more by watching higher ranked players. I want to make squash a more important sport at the school because it's more of an individual sport and it showcases each individual's skill set. What motivates me is my younger brothers, is I'm always trying to do as good as them. Currently my challenges are mainly that we only train about 2 times a week for about an hour, so it's not nearly enough time as other players. I think for me personally, I think there is a chance for me to take the sports further after college because there's still lots of outside tournaments, mainly Zim and international tournaments.
We hope to have given you an inside view into one of the not so well-known college sports. Now to our report on a very new development this first term at our school. The new kiosk and snack shop right outside our swimming pool area. A new team has taken over the place and it has quickly become very popular.
The idea behind the Dragon's Den is obviously the tuck shop has been closed since COVID, and then the design and the appeal is to take a tuck shop to the next level, to cafe style. And we're obviously still working on that, but we want to differentiate ourselves by being the best tuck shop that we possibly can. Hi, I'm Graham Corback.
Ian de Grandome.
And together we've partnered and we're running the Dragon's Den at St. George's College. Both of us were interested, and we're entrepreneurs in our own right with running different shops in the same industry, and we thought it would be a great idea to join forces and open the Dragon's Den. How we look, how we appear, what we serve, our service quality and design, which is based around being smart, being elegant, being sleek, but also bringing that market feel of being healthier.
After that, we mix it all
I think
up.
on the most popular products, it's generally the chicken strips, chicken pieces, wraps. So wraps are quite healthy.
Then we wrap.
Currently, Graham runs St. John's and Hellenic High School, St. John's High School and Junior School. And then outside catering, we've been actually taking on a couple of the functions here at the college. Instead of them going outside, they've been coming to us, so we've been offering that. We're doing Hartman House for the first time on Saturday.
We obviously aim to be as inclusive as possible of everyone's dietary requirements. We do have really good vegetarian options, and in terms of halal, we've got the classics, which are obviously spring rolls and samosas and half moons, which are made by a halal supplier, brought in, and we cook them separately in a halal specified fryer. Hopefully we've got something for everyone. Credit to our team on the ground, Norma and the team that's leading here. It's been a really, really good response. I mean, break time and lunchtime are both been super busy. They're getting really good feedback on the food. We're trying to provide a wide variety of items every day to the best, and we believe in fresh, wholesome goodness served as hot and as fresh as possible.
Even though most students have already tasted some items from the menu, it was very interesting to learn a bit more about this new institution at our school. And now to the main sporting events of this term. Traditionally, the first one of the year is the Inter-House Athletics Day, and our school's track and field athletes had trained intensely for this day.
The Inter-House Athletics Finals at St. George's College was one of the first sporting highlights of the calendar year at the school. The school's relay teams had just come back victorious from the relay event at Peterhouse, and the athletes were brimming with confidence. And throughout the day, the audience grew bigger and was excited by the athletes' talents. There were some great performances as well as several school records that were broken. And it was not only on the track, but also in the field events that some remarkable achievements were showcased. The under-18 shot put event was dominated by Ethan Chaponda with a result of 13.55 meters. But also the younger athletes did well, as in the under-15 discus event, where Perez Mazunga outclassed his opponents with 31.80 meters. And some athletes were shining with great technique and style. This earned the St. George's team captain Tanyarazom Tassal admiration with his jump for 1.95 meters. Most of today's school records were broken by the female athletes. Catherine Nyangu achieved 8.27 meters at the shot put and broke the record in the under-20 girls category. Another record in the field was broken by Timukude Chizema in the under-20 long jump with a length of 4.04 meters. The female short track events were dominated by Krista Guatizo, who won the under-20 100 meters in a new school record of 13.32 seconds, and also the 200 meters in 29.64 seconds.
There were many other great performances on the day, and it was obvious that the school's athletes had trained well and were in a remarkable shape. This was also demonstrated in the relay races, where many relay teams were working together well and managed some great results. And so at the end of the day, there was a lot to celebrate for athletes and spectators, and lots of silverware was handed out to the victors. The biggest trophy, the Cold Cup, is given to the best under-20 overall short distance runner since 1910 and was won this year by Anesu Moti. The overall winner of the day was the House Barthélemy, which won with 3,332 points ahead of Johanni, Gardner and Hartman.
The events of this day provided the very important qualifying results for the following tournament. The athletes that had qualified for the St. George's College school teams had only 1 week of rest before they had to compete again at the Inter-Schools Athletics Day, and they did that with great success.
Excitement was high this Saturday as St. George's College had invited for the Inter-Schools Athletics Tournament. The participating schools for this meet were Peterhouse, Lamagandi, St. John's College, Prince Edward High School, Hellenic Academy, St. Ignatius College and the host with 2 teams, St. George's A and B. And the expectations were justified as you could see some outstanding performances. Some of the very promising junior results were the winning 26.13 seconds in the under 14 200 meters race by St. George's Ashiketa. And in the under 1500 meters race, St. John's Nashe Pepukai even managed a new meeting record with 11.28 seconds. St. George's team captain Tanyara Dwamatasa dazzled the audience again, winning the high jump with 1.95 meters.
Other notable wins in the field events were Peterhouse's Spencer Bean in the under 15 javelin with 34.65 meters, as well as St. John's C. Loyat in the under 17 discus event with 29.84. There was a surprise win in the under 18 shot put, where St. George's B teams Kudzai Chanda won the event with 14.19 meters. But also the seniors impressed, as the under 20 400 meters race was won in a new meeting record of 49.7 seconds by Peterhouse's Shama Jackson. Before the day had ended, a thunderstorm was brewing, and when the St. George's boys were performing their blazer trick, a heavy downpour soaked them and the tournament was cut short. The remaining events were cancelled. So in the end, after 62 of the 68 events, the 2023 Inter-Schools Athletics Invitational was won by St. George's A, ahead of Peterhouse and Prince Edward School.
During these athletics competitions at the college, there was another very busy group. One of the oldest clubs at the college is the First Aid Club. The First Aid Club works in the background of all sporting events at the college, and we're very happy to produce a newsreel portrait about them.
I'm Sister Deborah Matse. I'm the school nurse for St. George's College, and I also head the First Aid Club. During the weekends like this, we're in charge of all that is health during the sporting activities. We work alongside ambulance services. My captains will put out a roster on who's on duty. There's javelin, there's long jump, there's high jump, but there's always a first aider there.
My name is Kundai Shumba and I'm the captain of First Aid at St. George's College. We accept anyone who's willing to help others. That's our whole motto in First Aid. We're just helping others, giving a service to the athletes at our school. We always pair experienced members with inexperienced members to help teach. As first aiders, some things we are not allowed to do, for example, giving out drugs. However, we're all highly trained. So we have the medics and Sister Deborah for the events when we cannot control what is going on without medicine, right? And these professionals need to intervene in order to protect people's lives.
We have theory lessons on Mondays, and on Wednesdays we do practical lessons. For the final test, which is the certification in first aid in rugby, which is a very superior first aid for sports, internationally recognized.
If you look at the kit we have very closely, you notice that we have every single mascot of all the sports at the school. We represent all the sports at the school, and our aim is to just help everyone else. And on our sleeves over here it says Rebuilding Saints Athletes.
We deal with real life issues that grown men and women have gone to school for many years for. No sports or no rugby match can start before the first aiders are there, before the ambulance is there. That is critical because anything can happen even in the first minute of a game. And being first aid responders, it means they have to make sure that someone is stabilized, whether it's a critical injury or not, to get to the hospital alive. It's them that make sure that happens.
We hope that our report can contribute to an even greater appreciation for this.
one of St. George's most important extracurricular clubs. And to end this term's Media Lab magazine, we report about this year's first big cultural day, the Intel's Drama Competition 2023.
This term, St. George's Intel's Drama Competition challenged the drama teams with the theme Elizabethan Theatre. The adjudicators, under the leadership of Miss Sue Bolt, watched one play for each house and saw great engagement and enthusiasm. This was a Thursday afternoon full of great theatrical performances. The main individual awards as Best Senior Actor went to Rukuzo Chinake from Johani and Best Junior Actor Carlton Pame from Hartman. Overall first place with Dear Romance Dawn was won by House Gardner with 220 points, ahead of Hartman, Johani and Barthélemy, and the audience was delighted with such an entertaining drama event.
And with this last report, we'd like to say thank you and goodbye. Hope you enjoyed our reporting.